Alrighty, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have the next Dokkan event announcement here on Global. This is good. You guys see they're picking up the pace on Global. This is really good because regardless of, I guess, anything, seems as though they already have that date circled of when the sync is going to like officially take place. I would guess it's going to be probably the worldwide download celebration, really, is it, right? Like, I would imagine that Global will leave the anniversary, probably get one more Dokkan Fest at the start of August, right? They typically do. And then they would go just directly into worldwide, and then everything is coming to Global at the same time as JP moving forward from there. So keep in mind that I do think the schedule here could still be very quirky and funny for Global over the next several months, right? Going into March, April, May, June are probably going to be really, really weird. I would really urge you guys to not summon for, I mean, I don't want to call these guys trash, but I mean, they really are essentially just kind of trash at this point. Luckily enough, though, Global is not going to have to deal with this soon, where you guys get like this outdated character that's from like a different meta who just is not going to work even half as effectively, nearly as effectively as they would have before, right? But Gohan and Piccolo are coming. They even tweeted it all out. I don't think I saw that global data download has happened quite yet, but I would imagine global data download is probably... Maybe it'll happen tomorrow. We'll see. So I guess we could just talk about these characters. We'll do a bunch of videos on them over the next day or two, and try and see how effective they'll be. I am starting to get into like, all right, like let's take some of the 2023 characters into some of these tougher fights. Keep in mind that there is just a huge variety of difficult stages that take place during the 9th anniversary. And Gohan and Piccolo can certainly be good in some of them. But one thing is, when I'm oftentimes like talking about characters, evaluating characters, I'll kind of like hyper focus on maybe like a flaw or something like that. For this character, it's this right here. And the thing is that typically it's one of those things where you could get by a lot of the time, but the second like content jumps up, they're done. This ability right here, even with it, they're not that tanky. This shit is just so bad. Like, this base form Gohan and Piccolo, I think they're abysmal because they just have no defense whatsoever. Now, I mean, you could say that's by design for them to revive, but I think that's just trash design. You can make a revive character that doesn't, like, need to be weak in order to be killed. Oftentimes, they do that way too often. That's the main reason why UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta are so busted, because they're strong, dominant, top 5 level characters, and then they also have easy revives tacked on as well, right? Like, they didn't make UI and Evolution Blue Vegeta weaker just because they have easy revives. And that feels like with a lot of these revive characters, that's what happens, right? Where they just get these like weird flaws built in. Reviving is a very powerful mechanic, but the problem with this character specifically, there's some characters who, kind of will be good even if another character revives. But this character has to be the character that revives for you so you could transform into the Kid Gohan. Now, Kid Gohan, his first turn out, is very good. As long as you have a Goku on the team, which really should not be that hard, this Goku is going to be, or this Gohan is going to be very powerful. Like, he's going to be able to really, really handle business. But this base form version, they're just too shitty, I think. We'll see. I'll because the thing is, like, running their team sounds like a joke, because having 2 of this character around, you're just asking for, let's hope we get perfect RNG the entire way through, and they just never get hit. Because this character, by the way, they would be unbelievably busted if you could safely run them in slot 3. In slot 3, they give you that super class allies 1 key and 30% attack and defense for 3 turns. That shit is so OP, but they are glass mache, paper mache. in that third slot, man. You cannot get away with that against how tough bosses are if they are attacking at all, right? It's just not going to work. So I just don't like the design of what they did with them. Once you transform, remember Gohan, that first turn does have his guaranteed dodge. You do, so it's this right here. It's this entire last part. You get guaranteed dodge, and then he gets a high chance to dodge, from turns after that, if there is a Goku on the team. That is a very good and powerful ability. I really like that. This Gohan is able to do some explosive level damage. He does become dodge or die on the turn after his revive. And obviously we do have many very tough fights right now. Right. There's, Red Zone movie boss rush, which goes on for very long. So like we could easily revive and then we'd have this guy out there. Remember that, again, in base, they're very weak. So, even on, bosses that could super for 1.2 million damage or something like that, like they could fold very fast. They just really are not. I am just not very favorable to this character. I thought that, in the Fusion Zamasu meta against him, they could work pretty effectively where, you get slapped around turn 1, then they're in turn 2, they revive instantly, and then, you're on track, and they could be very explosive against Fusion Zamasu. But this is just, every single turn is a coin flip, and, if you land on tails, you instantly die, because they're just not good enough defensively, unfortunately. Now, unless you're the world's biggest Gohan and Piccolo fan, wow, I just don't see how this is gonna, this is, whoa, oh my god, there's like basically zero usable characters here. This is tough. Yamcha is true dodge or die at 50% chance to dodge. So, Yamcha, I mean, he is, in, the really tough fights, he's going to be cut off a little bit now. Obviously, the rest of these guys, Raditz and Ginyu and Bardock, are aged out. This, if you put any stones into this, you got a summoning problem, bruh. I know people are going to say, oh my god, you're telling me that? Well, yeah, actually, before I wailed out, I summoned for HL Super Vegito, and then I didn't summon again for like 8 months, or whatever the hell it was, until Goku Black and Vegito came out. So, yeah, I'm not just talking down to you guys. I'm telling you what I did successfully. You can't summon on this. Cannot do it. I mean, if you're going to do, if there's like a discount and you want to throw like one discount at it, or you're going to get like the Pilaf trophy ticket or something like that, sure. But like this just screams you have a problem. Like if you put stones into this, bro, like what are you looking to get here? What mission are you going to get help in here? I can't even think of like a mission. Like, oh, like, I need to beat this Entrusted Will mission or something like that. Like, there's going to be much better characters in this one. I guess they would help out, that Fusion Zamasu Entrusted Will mission, but this is maybe the worst banner ever coming to Global. There has to be worse than that, right? But there's no top tier characters on here at all. Zero. There's zero top tier characters here. I like the Vegeta and Nappa, but we're instantly in a spot where now it's like, where do we run them? The page is like crashing. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I mean, Terrifying Conquerors is not a team. Pure Saiyans, of course you're not going to run them there. Like, I this is good. This is a good character, right? But we just don't, like, we need a full-on villain revamp. Hopefully this character will be able to have some value. Terrifying Conquerors could become a good team very easily, right? Like, and literally any team could become, like, remember, Ginyu Force 2 years ago was a top tier team overnight. So we'll see. But like this character, yeah, I don't really see where you're running them. Like who, Mid Junior, like that's gonna be tough. I mean, you could make some shit work with Piccolo Junior, sure, but like at Beast, foderize Piccolo Junior, and then Gogeta's got AOE's. So if you don't have the giant form, like, yeah, this is just a dead team. So this is just a terrible shit to come out post 9th anniversary. Believe it or not, this is going to be the most favorable character, I think. So you have your guaranteed dodge turn through with Nappa, which is good. When you swap into Vegeta, you're going to heal, which is really good. And I think Vegeta, we've got a lot of the toughest fights in the game right now are against Superclass. Well, I mean, Cell Max, damn it, the 9th anniversary really is so good. There's two, like, really tough villain fights, Cell Max and Red Zone movie boss rush. And then we have, you know, several really strong superclass fights, you know, Supreme Battle Spectacle Gogeta and Beast and stuff like that. But like this guy, I think that this guy could be solid against Supreme Battle Spectacle Gogeta or Beast. Because you know, swapping over to this guy, he's going to be good. This guy in like slot 2, right? Like if he's guarding and then, you know, he's getting the 100% right there and then he's getting the 50% right here, like he'd be able to hang in there a little bit. He'd be able to do decent damage. Like this character is not as bad as I bet people think they are. Again, I probably like this character a lot more than Gohan and Piccolo, I guess, or this one. But they have the same problem as the Tech Vegeta and Nappa. There's not teams to run them on. Right? Doesn't exist. So, that sucks. And then this kid Gohan is just terrible. He's really bad. I'm sorry. I can't go deeper than that. So, I mean, this is maybe not the most exciting celebration ever coming to Global Dokkan right here. But it's a very easy way to just do some of the new stages, save up your stones. Keep in mind, this typically for JP is the worst celebration of the year. This is the start of November, end of October celebration. But this is going to lead right into Saiyan Day, which is going to be pretty hype, and it's going to be shared for both versions. I'm thinking maybe UI Goku. Maybe Super Saiyan Bardock or something. Maybe Super Saiyan Vegeta. You know, maybe Broly. I don't know. Something. Yeah, one of these cool-ass characters is coming on March 18th. So as a global player, just, you know, bide your time. The sync is coming, man. I mean, they slid in that Goku Black, right? Like, we're getting there. We're closing in on the sync every single day. So that's really good. So let me know what you guys think of Gohan and Piccolo. Again, skip that shit. Do not fall for it. Do not do it.